Welcome back to our latest explainer. Today, we're opening up a really fascinating digital time capsule. We're looking at a snapshot from the daily Tech Reader, specifically dated August 15, 2026. Now, on the surface, this might just look like a standard daily update, a quick check of the skies and the headlines. But when we actually dig into this data, it transforms into an incredible artifact. We're talking about a sweltering, stormy day across America, running right in parallel with some massive tectonic shifts in the tech world. Let's explore exactly what this specific day reveals.
Okay, let's dive into this by checking our flight plan. First up, America's sweltering sunbelt. Then, summer storms and glitches. After that, a tale of two coasts. And finally, the digital climate.
So instead of getting bogged down in a dizzying list of 50 different cities and their individual temperatures, let's zoom out and look at the macro story. It's wild how sharply divided the continent is. You've got massive chunks of the country split almost entirely between two extremes: intense, baking sun, and highly volatile thunderstorms. I mean, it's a day of literally zero middle ground for most Americans.
Which brings us to part one, America's sweltering sunbelt.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the specific terminology the National Weather Service used. For the desert Southwest, the official categorization wasn't just sunny or warm, it was VRY hot. VRYHOT. That's the exact tag given to Phoenix, Yuma, and Tucson. When the data actively drops vowels just to get the point across faster, you know for sure you're dealing with absolutely oppressive triple-digit heat.
Stacking these extremes up, we can see exactly what VRE hot looks like in practice. Phoenix is totally topping the charts at a blistering 106 degrees Fahrenheit. Yuma is right on its heels at 105. And get this, Tulsa, Oklahoma, breaking out of the desert entirely, but still hitting an incredible 103 degrees. That is some serious, sustained heat.
And a crazy thing, this wasn't some isolated, localized fluke. Under completely sunny skies, major metropolitan hubs all across Texas and Oklahoma were just trapped in this widespread triple-digit heat dome. Dallas at 101, Fort Worth at 101, Austin right at 100, and Oklahoma City baking at 102. Literally millions of people were navigating a completely scorched landscape that Thursday.
Moving on to part two, summer storms and glitches.
So while the Sunbelt was basically baking, widespread thunderstorms were absolutely wreaking havoc for millions of others. It's kind of amazing how geographically diverse this storm activity was. We're talking severe thunderstorms hitting cities as far apart as Orlando in the southeast, Denver out in the Mountain West, and Portland up in the Pacific Northwest. Seriously, from coast to coast, if you weren't stuck under a heat dome, you were probably dodging lightning and heavy rain.
Now here's a little detail I absolutely love because it's a great reminder that even in 2026, our highly advanced digital systems aren't, completely flawless. It's all this intense tracking. Tampa, Florida and Boise, Idaho both reported MISG, meaning missing weather data. They captured the high temperatures, 94 for Tampa, 91 for Boise, but the actual weather conditions just totally blanked out. Maybe the automated sensors got struck by those very storms, or hey, maybe the meteorologist just took a well-deserved summer vacation.
Let's transition to part three, a tale of two coasts.
68 degrees Fahrenheit. On a day where Phoenix is melting at 106 and Dallas is at 101, this represents the absolute coolest high temperature reported anywhere among the major cities we're looking at, and it comes straight from a mostly cloudy San Francisco.
So the really crucial point here is the striking juxtaposition between the two coastlines. On the East Coast, the New York City metro area, including Newark, is enjoying these pristine, sunny skies right in the mid-80s. Just perfect summer weather, right? But leap all the way across the continent to the West Coast, and California is sitting under a thick blanket of clouds. San Francisco is a chilly 68 degrees, and even Los Angeles is notably milder at 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. It's just a brilliant reminder of how incredibly diverse American microclimates really are.
And finally, part four, the digital climate.
Transitioning from the physical skies down to our digital screens, tucked right into the sidebar of the Daily Tech Reader is this massive headline from August 3rd. It reveals that the global artificial intelligence landscape was heating up just as intensely as the physical sunbelt. Moonshot Kimi K3 matches frontier U.S. models. This was a major geopolitical and technological milestone. It marked a moment where international competition in AI was literally reaching a fever pitch.
Mapping this out chronologically reveals a rapid escalation in just a matter of weeks. On July 10th, you've got OpenAI launching GPT 5.6, along with a unified AI workspace for enterprise.
Just 5 days later, July 15th, immense legal friction hits as the New York Times seeks court sanctions against OpenAI over withheld training data evidence. And then boom, mere weeks later on August 3rd, that moonshot Kimi K3 headline drops, completely shifting the global dominance narrative.
Synthesizing all these headlines, we start to see the real, underlying story of late summer 2026. It's a story of technology advancing at breakneck speed and immediately colliding with major legal and geopolitical realities. First, you have AI models aggressively targeting unified enterprise workflows. Second, massive legacy media institutions fighting back legally over copyright and training data. And third, the undeniable reality of global parity, where US and Chinese models are running neck and neck at the absolute frontier of capability.
To wrap up our explainer today, I want to leave you with this thought. By looking at this simple snapshot from August 2026, we see that our physical weather, the 106-degree heat in Phoenix, the thunderstorms in Orlando, is something we can pretty easily track, categorize, and map out. But those rapid, unpredictable shifts in our digital climate, the sudden model releases, the court sanctions, the shifting global power dynamics, those are the truly volatile forces shaping our tomorrow. The physical skies will eventually clear, but are we truly prepared for the digital storms brewing right on the horizon? Thanks so much for joining me today, and as always, keep questioning the data around you.